Hey everybody, welcome back to the OK Modeler channel. My name is Gary and this is the long awaited episode 7 of the RMS Titanic Build. It's been a long time, been trying to find my mojo to do this, but I'm back. It's a new year, happy new year, 2025 is here. Alright, so today we are going to work on step 6 of this build here. Got this section here. I believe this is the library in the second class, as well as the, ceiling for it. Yeah, I'm not sure how far we're going to get into this episode, but let's go ahead and see how well this goes. But this is at least the minimum here of what I need to do today. All right, so I got my pieces all cut out here. It's right here, except for the winches and that. Except for these two, I need to go find those. But this project, or I should say this episode, I'm going to be bringing in those brass benches that I worked on, as well as I'm going to need to paint this two colors, the deck brown as well as white up here. And this will be painted white. And since this window will have some trim work, I'm going to have to introduce the brass in this episode. I believe it's somewhere in here for these windows. I believe it's, I don't know, I think it's this one. Sure, it's over here somewhere. So we got a lot to work with here today. So first step is I'm going to paint these white right here, and then I got to paint this edge right here white as well. Then, yeah, let's just see how it goes. All right, so I got my bulkheads painted here. Right here, no, that's not painted. This part was painted. You can see the white. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to trust me on that. Here's the rest of the job here. And then we got this one, two colors here. Boy, it's been a while since I've worked on this model. I think the ship is really starting to maybe cramp my style or something. But anyway, so I got this painted. It looks fine, looks great. And then maybe because, I don't know, I should have paid more attention, or kind of maybe I forgot, but as I put this on here, I got a little problem here. Looks like we are a tad short right here with the bulkhead. Also, the bulkhead's going to be right in the middle of this window right here. If you can see, oh wait, you can't see it. Right there. So that's going to be weird. And I think the second class passengers are going to get hosed on this job here, but yeah, oops. So it looks fine. Well, no, see there's a gap right here. I don't know. Let me see if I can get you a better angle here. All right, so maybe it's kind of hard to see from this angle. This is the best angle I can get here, but let me see if I can zoom in here. And we're talking about this gap right here. Let me see if I have a piece of card. It's not very much, maybe a couple millimeters, but let's see if I can slide it right here. But you can see I can slide this right here. Now I could probably ignore that, but I think some people are going to say, well, that doesn't look cool, because let's say if I keep working on this, put this little cover on here, you're going to still see that there's a gap right there, even with that. Assuming that if everything fits right. That's a big if, because this kit has been kind of a, how can I say this, difficult. So, but we'll do what the best we can with this. So we're going to have gaps in this model here, which kind of sucks because well, I guess it doesn't suck because it's what, from the 1970s, this kit, right? And it's been reissued so many times. See, we got a gap right here too. So I'm gonna have to do the best I can with it and see what I can do. So in the meantime, what I will do is try to extend this deck or this wall out so it reaches to the edge of this hole right here. It's not a lot to do, but let's see what we can do here. Yeah, this is fantastic. All right, well, I should have did a dry fit before painting it, obviously. So that's my mistake right there. So let's go ahead, and I just need a small piece right here. I'm just gonna do a rough cut here because I don't know. Sure, I could measure it, but what fun would that be? Here on the OK Modeler channel, we do everything difficult. At least, not we, I do. All right. I'll just go right here. Just make a small strip here. And then do this. Super accurate, folks. And just kind of speed things up. Maybe I should use this. I think I got more than enough. All right. All right. Now I need to find my glue. All right, found the glue. Now I need to get this joined together here. All my stuff is everywhere because I just moved offices. My wife and I swapped offices, so I have a less room but more desk space. But it means I have to keep this office clean. If you've seen my Instagram pictures of my office space, it was probably considered a disaster zone right there. All right, so I know I'm gonna ruin the paint when I put the cement on here. I know it's just what it is, but that's okay. I mean, if we're gonna try to get this to fix this model here, some things have to be done. All right, so I cut that in half so I can at least glue this in the middle, right? So yeah, how is this gonna work? All right, let me figure this out here. I can't do it this way. I have to be flush. All right, well, let's see what I can do. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Maybe I should super glue it. No, I won't super glue it. See, these are the thoughts that go in my mind about doing models here. Hopefully this doesn't glue to my hands. It shouldn't. Oops. Well, that should be enough, right? And then I thought about sanding this later and make it blend in, but I don't know if that's something I'm going to do. So here we go. There's my expansion. Trying to make it as flush as I can. Flush as possible. I'll probably end up putting some back here. Can you see it? Gosh, who would have thought that this model would kind of just take the sails out of my wind here? It's probably why I haven't been doing this a lot, because this is taking a toll. That's all right. I'm back. It's the new year. Okay, so we'll let this dry here on this side. So here we go. So the plan is to let this dry. I might glue a little more, and then I'll cut the edges, and then trimming it should be interesting. It's going to be pretty fragile. We'll just see how it goes. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll leave the gap on there. Yeah. Yeesh. It's going to be a terrible looking ship at this point. All right, let me just, oh, I know what it is. Just put that here. Do the same thing on this side. Man, the goal of having this video is get this section of the Titanic finished on this episode. I don't know. With all these corrections or fixes I have to do, this might be just one boring episode. Not that it's already boring, but all right. That looks flush-ish. Looks good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more glue here. So maybe this episode will be heavily modified and more of trying to get this to a standard that I like and that you guys will like. I'll try my best to make this look nice. All right, so there we go. Let this set in, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll snip these extras off, and if it pops off, then I'll just keep working on it. It just feels so fragile. Maybe I need to put some sort of reinforcement. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do it that way. All right, I'll be back. I need to put some sort of reinforcement so it has some support. Yeah. I got so much styrene that it's gonna last me forever. I bought so much of it when I was working on the Oregon. I never used it all. All right, so you can see that this is a little wobbly because it's just not enough support, and plus the glue is still drying. And I'm just afraid that when I work on it, it's just gonna rip off and it's just not secured enough. Either that or I didn't, the bond just sucks. But I'm not gonna take any, well, I guess I'm taking chances, but let's just see. Maybe I'll put the styrene piece right here on this angle part and then just give it a little support right there. I don't know how much I need here. All right, all right, let's go ahead and maybe here. Ah, all right. Oh, I'll put it like that. Well, let's see how this works. All right. It's hard to see. I know. But making Titanic stronger again, at least for this model. All right. Hopefully that will strengthen this piece right here. Yeah. All right. We'll do the same on the other side here. You know what? I won't torture you with this. I'll be right back. All right. I got the support bracket on here. Hopefully that will hold when I have to start cutting it down and sanding it here a little bit to make it fit. So yeah, I'm not going to rush this. I want to make sure that it's secured when it all cures. Cured. I hope this works. If it doesn't, then yeah, like I said, I think we'll just have some gaps and just move on. But sorry. Here we go. All right. I'll be back once it's done doing its thing. All right. My modification is dry now. You can see it's not straight, but it's all right. We'll just go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and clip these ends right here so it's flush with the bulkhead here. Hopefully it doesn't break. If it breaks, then we know the quality of the job is terrible. All right, so here we go, flipping it back and forth, back and forth. And I know these pieces are going to be a little long, so I know it's probably not going to fit. I'll have to trim it down a little bit carefully. All right. Looks like the glue affected the bulkhead right here. I don't know if you can tell. If you can tell, deformed the plastic. Oh well. Okay. Let me see if I can move some stuff around. Oops. All right. So I'm probably, like I said, I'll need to trim it a little bit. Gosh, I hope this works. If this, you said, I'm trying to make it work here. All right, so let's see if I can trim this a little more here. Probably too much. Oh, there we go. I think that might work. Now, one of the viewers have commented about the deck. I'll have to trim this just a little more. About the deck because it's raising the surface a little bit. And I'm not quite sure exactly how I will address that. I think I'm just going to have to deal with it. I don't know. I'll be on another adventure of this channel. Let's see if I can trim this just a little bit more. Don't want to put too much stress on this. Come on, let's see. All right, let's try this again. All right. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Way better now. Now the gap is gone. It's not great. Again, this window is it's gonna have that bulkhead right there in the middle, which kind of sucks, but yeah, you just kind of work with what you got. So I would say I'm happy with the slight modification I have right there. Yeah, this is much better. The gap is a little smaller, but it's a lot more tolerable. So, all right. Let's go ahead and see if we can dry fit these other pieces here. This goes here. I think I might have to make some modification on this because here we go. It's supposed to go like this together as one, but when I lay it all together, it really doesn't quite line up with what I have here. So it's like it pushes everything out. Let's see. Maybe that will work. I mean, but it's really tight right here where the cargo hold and the bulkhead here is. So, oh, it's like putting a piece, plus it's not squared. Nothing's square these days. Then again, I don't think it's cool to be squared. Yeah. See, now I'm dry fitting things that I should have done earlier, right? And this goes. All right, so I mean, I get it. No one's going to see this, but I guess I'm going to be covered up with this. But I think the problem we're going to have here is, if you see, there's a little gap right here. And if I were to just leave it as is, then it just won't line up with the edge right here. Yeah. It's hard to see, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. All right, let me kind of fiddle around with this and I'll get back to you. All right, so after thinking about what I was going to do, I think I got it all figured out. Might not be able to see what I'm going to do here, but right now the way I have it configured like this, without having to alter any parts, this is how it's going to look. If you take a look right here, there's a gap right there, and I think that will be fine. I have it where the bulkhead is just right where the window is right here for the second class passenger entrance. I think that's what it is. Let me go ahead and enhance here. Zoom in. Zoom. There we go. I put little dots right here. What I'm going to do here is, because this bulkhead is not lined up with what I have here on this deck, because it's raised up a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'll put a little piece of styrene right here on my mark right here, glue it in place, and then once that's glued, then I will glue it to the bulkhead, and hopefully that will secure it. Maybe I might need to get more, I don't know, but that's the solution I have, because I really don't want to alter any of the walls to make this bulkhead fit where it should. But I'm just working with what I got. Will it hurt me in the middle later? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still that option of just throwing this away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some glue here. Let it settle or set, and then I will glue it to the bulkhead, and hopefully everything stays in place. So a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, moved it too much, doink. Hopefully that will stay on here. Just realized this may not be in all the way. There we go. Ideally, I want my quote-unquote brackets to touch the bulkhead. So now, once this dries, I have my bulkhead attached to these supports, so it has something to the bulkhead to bite into, I guess. All right, I'll go ahead and let that dry. Then we'll see the results once I add more glue to it later. All right, it's been what, 24 hours? Yeah, something like that. So I ended up gluing these little brackets right here, and I put a third one right here. And now this bulkhead is secured on here. If I keep wiggling it, I'm sure it will break free. But right now, it's secured on there. All right, well, I know I said I was going to do a lot of things on this episode. And, you know, I think this took a lot more time than I was hoping. And for the interest of the channel, I figured I better publish something before people think that I am dead. So next time, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to keep working on this section here. I believe we have some photo etch to put along here. Not quite sure why, because no one's going to see it unless you see it through the portholes over here, the windows over here. But, you know, you pay for the photo etch parts and you should probably use them. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you like. If you haven't, thanks for checking it out anyways. Until next time, I will see you all on the next episode.